Over to you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Janae. I am a grateful recovering addict and alcoholic. I am forever grateful to be a part of the world of recovery. Um, Patience is something I never learned as a child. I had people tell me how to be patient, right? But when it came down to it, I just couldn't get it together. Um, I actually didn't get it together until about a year ago. I struggle with patience even now. In my entire life, I've always blown things out of proportion. So I always took things for how I saw them, but not for what they actually were. So I had this horrible tactic, right? I was like, okay, if this person shows up late, then I'm going to overthink it because then this part's late, then these people are going to get angry. And I just overthink everything, right? I create this horrible train of thoughts that in the end, everything dies. I I swear to God, that's how my anxiety thinks, right? So if I forget my pen and I can't take notes, that means I can't study. If I can't study, that means that I'm going to fail a test. If I fail the test, I don't get my degree. If I don't get my degree, then I have no food, no water, no house to live in, right? And it's this big train of blowing this whole thing out of proportion. I had a short fuse, as a lot of people would say. Um, but when it comes down to patience with anything, in my head, I think that, I want everything right now, but I have to be patient, right? I'll show that I'm patient on the outside of me. It's like a poker face, but on the inside, I'm losing my head. I'm like, oh my God, I have to have this right now, right now, right now. And I never understood why. Um, but I learned that it came with not just the addict behaviors, but it comes with other mental health issues as well. So when I came into recovery and I came into NA and AA and all that, I've done them all, right? Um, I had people tell me, sit down, shut up, right? For a couple of times, I said, sit down, shut up. And I would get so mad because I wanted to share right now. I wanted to be the person up at the front celebrating 5 years right now. I just walked in the door. I want that key tag right now. Everything in my life was full speed, like not even God's speed. It was my speed. It was full speed at all times. And my life was just the fast lane for so long that I got used to it. And then when things started to slow down in recovery, I was driving myself crazy because I didn't know how to slow down. I never knew how to like sit down, take a breath, think about what I'm going to say, or I didn't go to the store and like have a basic conversation and wait in line when the line was extra long. Like I couldn't do those things. I couldn't do basic human things um, because I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I was never taught how to wait, or maybe I was taught, but I just didn't click with it. Maybe my mom told me, this is how we do things in life, but it went right in one ear and out the other because I was too busy getting high. All the important things that I should have learned by my mother's hands, I didn't learn because when she told me those things, I was still in active addiction. But here's the thing, my favorite line of all time when I was not patient enough was, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to learn about anything. I don't have time to learn how to cook. I don't have time to sit with my mom on the couch and watch a movie. I don't have time to tell you guys about how I'm doing because I had to go get high right now. Everything at that time was right now, right now, right now, on my time, right? Coming into NA, I learned that when you walk in the doors, it's no longer on your time, it's God's time, right? It's your recovery, your way that you need to get it done, but it's no longer your time. It's God's time or your higher power's time. It's, recovery time, not Janae's time. Because my time got me to where I was, but God's time and recovery time got me here. It got me here. And, having 2 years, 3 months off of everything completely, right? But I haven't touched a narcotic in over 8 years. I did relapse on alcohol. However, I came back and everybody opened me with like welcoming, loving arms. They said, Janae, welcome back. And I was like, whoa, guys, I never left. And they said, no, 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 you left for this amount of time. It's a long time. Me personally, I was too busy drinking, so I lost track of time. And when I lost that track of time, I looked at the day and I was like, holy shit, it's November. I came back from a binge after July to November, and I was like, how the heck did that happen? So when I say my time was that drinking. But everyone else's time says that was a long time. It was too long for you. And when they said that, I was very confused, but you know, I I never got to live in a world where time was very important. That every time throughout the day was very important. There was a schedule. There was, people meeting for this reason at this time. Like there was never a time schedule when I was using. It was always my time. But when I got sober, I have a time to go to work, a time to go to school, a time to get up every day, a time to go catch the train. I have a time to do this. Like everything revolves around life's time, recovery time now. And, having that schedule, having um that path that I can follow uh, is definitely an honor because not everybody gets that chance. Um, Whenever I think about it, I sit and I'm not gonna lie, I talk to myself. I do talk to myself. When I talk to myself, it's because I'm like, huh, all the people that we've lost to addiction and all the people that have no idea that recovery even exists. It's a sad, sad world. And how can I go out there and help now? Because that's my step 12. My step 12 tells me that we give back, right? So now that I've taken these tools and applied them to my daily life for learning how to stand behind people in a line, learning how to wait for the time to change so that I can take the train, waiting for the bus, waiting for all these things, waiting for the meeting to start. Like it's all patience. It all requires patience. And instead of, freaking out and saying, where is the bus? Why can't this bus be here right now? Where is this person? They should be here already. Like, instead of worrying about everything else that I can't control, might as well be patient because freaking yourself out, there's no reason for it. It just wastes your energy and it wastes your time. And I I have so much that, I've been learning. I've been learning and I have so much time to apply everything to my daily life. It's it's like a heartwarming feeling. I get to come here, I get to share my experience, strength, and hope. I get to go to work and do the same thing on a professional level. I get to go to all these places. I can give back to what was freely given unto me. And that is my favorite part of my days now is, going down to, for those who don't know, Mass Ave, it's called Methadone Mile. It's a sad place, but I can go there, give back to where I came from. I can, go into Boston downtown and I can ask people how they're doing. I have friends that I hang out with that are still in active addiction who don't understand what it's like to be a person in recovery. And they see me and they ask me, how can I be like you? And I said, "You don't want to be like me." I said, "I want you to be the best version of you." And they just kind of look at me like sideways and they're like, "Huh?" But no, for real, like I don't want you to be like me. I want you to have what I have and then some and be the best version of you. And just being able to give back and have them listen and, ask questions and be curious about recovery. It's that little light that we all can spread. Just a little kindness goes a long way. And that's basically what I live by is love is patient, love is kind. And that is like the most complicated but simple phrase I've ever read in my life. And that's what I have today is I have patience, I have love for other people. I'm kind to people as best as I can. I'm not perfect, I'll never be perfect, but taking care of each other is so important. And like being someone in recovery, I have no reason to judge anybody else for their recovery and their process and their story because my story is the most horrific story I've heard for myself. But then again, I hear so many stories of other people that are just god awful, and I feel horrible that they experience them. But I'm here to show my support. I'm here to love you unconditionally and tell you that like there is a world that cares about you. There is a world that, wants you to make it. And there is a world that needs you here. And that is in Narcotics Anonymous and it's in all of the programs in recovery in itself. So that's all I have. My name's Janae. I'm an addict.